Hello and welcome, I am Raziel, and so I want to continue talking about Epic today because I want to talk about some things that came up in my last Epic video about value for money. Now, I'm still going to say Epic is pretty low priced for Games Workshop and for Wargaming as a whole, because it seems that Games Workshop have done two things. They've capped the Epic prices at £30, they've also capped the point value at around 200 points per box, which means for a free 1,000 points, you would need to spend no more than 4,500 points. But of course, there's always way around this. But and part of this, I want to talk about the actual box itself, the main box, the starter set, which you're getting, and how many points is it going to be? Now, I think it's going to be around 1,500 points. I'm saying that before I've done all the maths, but I'm going to walk you guys through it. Now, what we do know, like I said, is that they seem to cap all the prices at £30 a box, and we have some point values as well. So, like the 4 Leman Russes are £175 a point, and it's hard to say, but it does seem that like the rest of that box, the all of your Solar Exilis points make up the last 150 points. And I say this because I'm looking at the dev card, and that seems to be what it is. They kind of cut it off, so I can't really say that for sure. I can't see it all because they seem to cut it off at the bottom. I don't really buy White Dwarf, to be honest with you. I don't tend to buy magazines in general. That's what it is. So it does seem that that's going to be, so before you get even the Malgadors, that is a 331 points for that lot. Okay, then the Rawhound Titans, they are half the price of half the point value of a Reaver Titan, according to Horus Heresy. So yeah, I know Horus Heresy is a different game, but if we go on that maths, that makes them 200 points apiece. So that's 400 points for those two. So that's 700 points straight away. So that's like half of 1,500 points. Now, the Malgadors, I don't know, because I wouldn't know what they are, to be honest with you. Again, we're going to have to compare with Horus Heresy here. But if we, again, go by the Horus Heresy book, they're 25 points more than that. So that's going to be, 100 points for the pair. I'm hoping it comes into a box of 4 to go with that. So, like, it evens out. So if we go for that, so what have we got? 400 for Warhound Titans, 300 for the Solar Exilia, so that's 800 points in total so far. We haven't even added the Astartes in yet. What the Astartes are, let's find out. It seems to be round about 200 points, and that's including the Dreadnoughts but not the tanks. See, the tanks are a little bit odd because we are a little bit different. We have to do those points separately, and the Sicarians, there's 2 Sicarians there, and Sicarians are, there you go, they are to 50 points apiece, so that's another 100 points. So we're at 1,100-ish now. And we haven't added the Predators. So, yeah, about 1,500 points for that. He says, talking out his bum. Predators are, again, about 50 points apiece, and there's 3 of them, so 150. So it's about 1,250 points. So it's about half an army. So basically, 2 of these would get you to your 3,000 point box. So £240. So that's that bit. That's the box itself sorted. It's around about 1,200 points. So around about 2 of those would cover you for your main force. However, I understand that people don't want to mix and match armies. They want to go one way or the other. They want to do full Astartes, full Solar Exilia, or full Collegia Titans. That's fine. See, what it looks like as well is that Games Workshop have also capped the value of a box. That the box's value is 200 points. Now, I was looking at this and I was thinking that's a bit odd, but it makes a lot of sense if they're trying to sell a new game and they want to maintain that way. See, the Kratos is £30 and there's 4 in there, and they are 50 points a box. That's 50 points a tank. That's 4 of those, that's 200 points. The Legionis Astartes detachment is £30 as well, and that seems to be 200 points as well. So if we look at the Sky Hunter Phalanx in that box, which is 419 points, and there's 2 of those boxes there, that makes that 200 points a box as well. That makes the game, it makes it a lot easier, because that means we know it's £30 a box and it's 200 points a box, which means you would need 15 boxes of anything to make your army. I mean, you could stretch it out, which would be the best way I would do it. I wouldn't buy it all at once. I'd stretch out what I needed and I would get it that way rather than just bang it all up at once. So the top end, we have a top end budget of £450 or just under £10 a week. Again, that actually kind of makes it a lot more viable as an expenditure as well, because it's £10 a week. And there are some outliers as well. Things like the Siphon. Like if you go Aeronautica, if you want to go for air detachment, you're going to be saving a lot more money, because things like the Siphon Interceptor Squadron is a 6. They were a 6 vehicle box at £30, and they are about 100 points a piece, around about that. So it's 500 points for the box. So then you only need 6 of those boxes, making it £180. You only need 7 of the Reaver Titans, and that makes that 7 times 5. That makes around about 37.50. I think I did do this. I did the maths. I'm going to do it again because it's all saved in my Google. £262.50. So it is going to be sort of a game that you actually can really decide how much you put into it. But if you don't, Games Workshop seem to have said, right, we're going to do everything at 200 point base. Everything's 30 quid. So if you want a box of Malkador tanks, that's going to cost you £30. It's going to be around about 200 points. If you want a box of Kratos as well, again, 200 points, £30. Again, outliers like Aeronautica and stuff like that. So, is it really expensive? No, it actually seems again that Games Workshop are trying to keep this as low as possible. They're not trying to overly charge in their usual Games Workshop way. I like this. I think it's a good step forward for Games Workshop. And yeah, having a whole game system with everything capped at a price and point level makes it easier for everyone. If everyone else did this, if every other model box did this, this would be great. Like, hey, let's think, like everything was 400 points. Every box was 400 points and it was at the same price. It would be so great for everyone just to go, well, I need this. This is 400 points. This is 400 points. This is 400 points. It's this price, this price, this price. And, you can budget better. You can plan your army out better. And it works out well for everyone. Like I said, it doesn't seem to be that expensive to me. £30 a box, £450 for an army. Stretch it over. See, that's what I mean. I stretch it over a year. I don't go out and go, I'm going to buy this whole big army right now. I'll stretch it. I'll buy a starter box, maybe, and then I'll stretch out the rest for the whole year. Last year, I bought 2 Age of Darkness boxes, and I didn't buy any other Warhammer or anything else until they were both built. And I didn't even buy the second box until the first box was built, and then I didn't even start buying anything until I had like 50% of the first box painted. And that's how I do it. Like, I stretch it out. I make sure that I have a whole year's worth. And that's not just Warhammer. That's other games as well. That's like Wild West Exodus. That's Horus Heresy, 40k, Kings of War, Firefight. I stretch it out. And if you do that with your wargaming, it lowers the price and dramatically. It lowers how much you pay out dramatically. And like I said, it's going to cost you it looks like it's going to cost you £450 for a full army. And that is all you're going to need. Again, it can be higher, it can be lower, depends on what you buy. And if they do maintain this whole 200 points for the army, for the box, it means if you're playing Solo Auxilia, you're going to get better. You're going to be treated equally with your money than you are with someone who's Astartes. You're going to be getting the same value for your money as an Astartes player. Again, I can't fault that. If they're doing that, that's a great thing. That's fantastic for everyone. Everyone wins. Games Workshop wins because it looks good for them. Horde army players win because they get to spend less on their army, and it's fantastic, and it's just great for everyone. Anyway, that's just my point of view. This is just what I've observed. I've looked at the armies now. I've looked at everything. I've looked at the prices, and I've done all the maths. And it seems that Games Workshop really do seem to be wising up to the situation. It really seems that way. And it seems that, yes, Epic is what they're going to test the waters with. Because if it fails, it fails. They're not losing out on a big system here. That's a brand new system. Last one only lasted 6 months. Yeah, it didn't last as long as what people say. It lasted 6 months. So they're testing the waters. If it works out for them, we could see this being willed out for every other system, which would be great. It does also mean that we may see a price rise, but it would be a set price across the barrier, so everyone will be paying the same. I do like that. But I don't know if it's set price rise or not, because I have noticed that Games Workshop, where they put more in the box, price goes down in a way that you're paying less than if you bought the same volume on their own. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Epic does seem to be better value for anyone else, and I hope to see you all again soon. Yes, link to Wayland Games down below if you wish to save money on your Warhammer, as always, up to 20% off and free delivery after £20. Then, of course, there is Forbidden Planet if you wish to, comics, books, geeky stuff, all that cool stuff as well. And there is, what's the last one? Oh, my merchandise, my comics, my books, everything as well. Links down below as always. I don't know. I'll put Patreon's down there, but honestly, I'm so close to monetizing this channel, I'm not even going to think I'm going to check it much anymore. I only kind of put it out there because everyone else was doing it and it seemed professional. That was it. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you all again soon.